La Quinta was actually at that building.
The building Moses Serugo, a creative artist, makes mention of is this one that houses Watoto Church downtown. Built in the early 1950s, the building housed the first cinema in Uganda. In 1972, with the expulsion of Asians, Norman Cinema, like many other Indian businesses, fell into the hands of one of President Idi Amin's men, Haji Idris Kasule. A change in regime in 1979 brought a change in the ownership of the cinema to Francis Odida. Odida, who had just returned from exile in Germany, reaped from his efforts of supporting Godfrey Binaisa for the presidential bid. In turn, Binaisa rewarded him by appointing him the Commissioner of Culture, with Norman Cinema added to him too. It was renamed the Center of Creative Arts, which was commonly known as the Center. From then on, the center would no longer just be about films, but a one-stop center for arts. In the 1980s, the ownership under not so clear circumstances was given to Gary Skinner, founder of Kampala Pentecostal Church, also known as Watoto Church now. Though the ownership has remained the same, its look is now poised to change.
It's about to be demolished by Cybion, Uganda Limited, and they want to build a modern structure. 12-storied building, 3-star hotel, nothing to do with our heritage. And yet Norman Cinema has a lot to do with Uganda's heritage.
A walk down memory lane with Moses, who holds fond memories of his time at school at Buganda Road and how the center and cinema shaped the arts for him.
But it was a performing arts venue where we would go to showcase the arts in front of our parents. Me going into the center at that time in the 80s was quite magical because you get into this space, there are foldable chairs, you get to fold the chair and then sit, and then there's this whole magical thing about seeing pictures on a big screen.
In the campaign dubbed #SaveWatoto an appeal is being made to the Kampala City Council Authority and Watoto Church that if renovations are to go ahead, the planning authority should leave a few things intact so that the next generations can see for themselves where some of Uganda's political and social history comes from.
They should review their development plan to make sure that the integrity and the authenticity of that building is retained. So we're not saying we're against modernity, not at all. But the inside can be modified a little bit, but the outside of the church and the main features of the building, not the church, of the building, should be retained.
Currently, the review of these plans submitted by Symbion Uganda Limited on behalf of Watoto Church are still ongoing according to KCCA.
So the application shall be forwarded to the Physical Planning Committee, which shall thereafter decide on whether to grant the permission or not.
The laws in Uganda protecting historical monuments are not up to date, and some processes such as the revision of the Historical Monument Act delayed. Rita Kanya,